The beauty of this arrangement is that 70% or more is the investment that has gone for permanent infrastructure and not for the Mela. Because there is this criticism drawn at times by Cassandras that, it's government and all that. No, absolutely not.
I think one of the biggest examples of how an urban city is created from scratch would be the कुंभ मेला, क्योंकि उसमें 76 डिस्ट्रिक्ट की तरह से ऐड हो जाता है, एक पूरा एक नया डिस्ट्रिक्ट बनाया जाता है. So let's now talk about the Mahakumbh Mela that recently got concluded last year. And since you have been part of three different melas, Kumbh Mela as well as Mahakumbh Mela, so I think no one better than you to kind of explain the story behind the Kumbh Mela, because news में तो हम देखते हैं कि अच्छा वो 2 महीने कैसे हुआ है, उसके अराउंड बहुत सारी न्यूज़ रहती है. But what goes behind that, and how does the urban management, चाहे cleanliness हो, चाहे पूरा गवर्नेंस सेटअप हो, वो कैसे होता है? I think that is something that our viewers would love to know about. So let's get started. First would be sir कि कब start होता है? When does the planning start for any say the Mahakumbh Mela as an example है 2025 की बात करें तो कब से start हुआ होगा? What are the steps that goes into the initial planning?
See, at the local level, where the pop-up cities,
Yes.
so as we call it now,
हाँ.
is to come, the preparations begin much in advance because the stock taking of what they have, the expanse of the land available, and the demands can be, gradually being worked out. But it actually begins after the Honorable Chief Minister is able to preside over the first meeting of the Kumbh to be held. And with the Honorable Chief Minister, we did hold our first meeting in November 2022.
Okay.
That's literally more than 2 years in
2
advance.
years in advance.
And it is his foresight and vision that it happened at that point of time. And we were, there was an expectation of what would be the number of people coming. So I think about 23, 25 crore or around that was the number the previous Kumbh. And we thought that 40 crore would be a very pragmatic estimate
Right.
of things to happen. But the Honorable Chief Minister made it very clear that don't stop at 40, 45 is going to be much, much more challenging. So prepare accordingly. So the basis that we started working on things, and the land that was made available was made bigger. The number of sectors were increased from 20 to 25. The number of toilets to be made increased from 90,000 to 1.5 lakhs. The electricity connection, which was at about 6,500 then, was made 10,000 plus in terms of the substations facility and all that. The road network, which was to be completed, was put in high numbers. Almost like 500 new roads were to be laid down or corrected or expanded or remodeled, redeveloped.
Yeah.
So many kinds of things, because in 2019 also the state government did a lot of infrastructure work. So we had to either do it better or do it new or add it up. The overall strategy and why we thought that the number of people would be much, much more, there is a background story to it. The story is that the cavity happened in this period between 19 and then. And then Ayodhya ji happened in January 2022. The temple was open for public. These made a circuit. And it was never a matter of Kumbh only. We knew that people would be going to various other cities also, and they would make it a complete trip. This triad which was formed would be one important factor. Another important factor is the incoming of airports, which were now absolutely and about. The Ayodhya airport, the expansion of the civil aviation airport in Prayag, and Banaras obviously there was there, and Chitrakoot also to some extent, and Mirzapur. The development of KVT and Mirzapur and Chitrakoot and Ayodhya was another reason why people would come in hordes, because they can't come every year.
Correct.
It takes money. So that was one reason. Another very important reason was that the road connectivity has improved so vastly the travel experience that the making of the national highway, a beautiful project which my batchmate was monitoring at that point of time, and the Lucknow Agra, Lucknow Prayag Expressway coming in, the roads being there. So it was very possible that a huge number of people would be coming because of improvement in transportation.
Right.
Also, that Prayag as a city between 19 and 25, 24 had also grown in a big way, and the number of hotel rooms had increased. New hotels were coming up. Also, the influence of the social media and the media
Right.
had increased to that extent that they were at a certain date 2 billion hits also to things
Wow.
happening in Kumbh. So you can imagine the kind of interest that people had, even if they were not coming from the world over. When we set out to do our preparations, the budgetary outlay in the previous Kumbh was about 6,500 crores. This Kumbh, we, Government of India and Government of UP put in together, invested about 14 to 15,000 crores.
Wow.
And the beauty of this arrangement is that 70% or more is the investment that has gone for permanent infrastructure and not for the Mela. Because there is this criticism drawn at times by Cassandras that, it's government and all that. No, absolutely not. We have made highways, we have made expressways, we've expanded the civil aviation, we've looked into all the roads, the substations are there, the 9 ghats have been made permanent, you have facilities to stay, the Mela office, the N number of cameras that are installed there to control the movement and to be able to give them an immersive experience, the control over the flood, the STPs being set up, the substations being set up, the permanent infrastructure in terms of beautification of the city, whether it is the 84 pillars of faith, whether it is the Shivalaya Park, whether it is the boating facility, whether it is the fire station, whether it is the hostels and the transit hostels for the police people deployed to be able to stay. A huge number of infrastructures that has come about is permanent and will be used in every Magh Mela, every now and then when things take place, and also in the Kumbh, most obviously, because 2031 we will already probably start the preparations
Right.
sometime next year.
What would be the percentage of the permanent versus say the temporary
70% infrastructure of the total investment has gone in from permanent
permanent
infrastructure,
infrastructure?
and 30% of which also, when you actually account for and what really you spend, there is a difference,
Right.
because you think that you will be spending 100 rupees on this, and the contractor who gets the thing as an L1 is actually able to do it for say 82. So there is a saving there also.
Right.
And even in the Mela thing, what really happens is that you buy electric poles, let's say. So you may have spent it there, but then all this goes back to the electricity department. The pipelines go back to Jal Nigam, and they are able to use it then and there. Also, let's say that they were lights. These lights, these water ATMs are given out to lot number of urban local bodies after the Kumbh is over. So even within the 30%, there are things which are then distributed around the
Distributed
urban
and-
local bodies or are with the departments to be able to use it further. So we've been very cautious with
Right.
it, and the spend on Kumbh per se, as in holding the Mela, would be minuscule when compared to the infrastructure spend that we have been able to do across all the departments. You'll be surprised that we've done Miyawaki plantation to be able to control pollution there in the Kumbh budget. There are horticulture gardens where we have done projects. There is a beautification which is for all of the people of Prayag to see who go on a day-to-day basis
Right,
there.
right.
So it's not just Kumbh, it is the development of Prayag, it is development of Mirzapur, development of Pratapgarh also, development of Kaushambi also, because the government was conscious of this fact that people would like to go to other places also to see a Buddhist element also, to go to Chitrakoot also. So the hospitals, because we had to prepare for disasters also. So even hospitals of Pratapgarh, Sarao area, Mirzapur area were kept in readiness. The thanas were kept in readiness. The various facilities, schools were kept in readiness in case we have to move out 1,000 people. So from the disaster point of view also, we were very well prepared by not only sprucing up Prayag per se, but all of it. So the story is 2 years old.
Yeah.
The chief minister took a meeting every now and then, headed by, and then Apex committee headed by the chief secretary, where all the 22 departments would sit every now and then And UD being the nodal department, we had to coordinate because the budgetary distribution, monitoring, and all had to be done. So it's not only urban development; it's electricity, it's
Right.
water, it's light, it is the corporation, it is horticulture, forestry, irrigation, civil aviation, railways, national highway, PWD in a big, big way.
Right.
They have done absolutely marvelous work.